Good morning. I'm Angela Mitchell for WCLV, and welcome to another edition of Facebook Live. I'm here in the KeyBank studio at the Idea Center at Playhouse Square with the members of the Dorian Wind Quintet. Thank you all so much for being here. It's great to have you. So with me are Gretchen Pusch on flute. We have Jerry Reuter on oboe. On clarinet, Benjamin Fingland. On bassoon is Adrian Morejon. And on horn is Carl Kramer Johansson. So I understand that the quintet has been together since 1961. However, I don't think some of you have been born by that point. So who has been in the quintet the longest?
That would be me.
Jerry?
That would be me. I joined in 81, okay. 1981, and the group was already 20 years going. So,
wow.
And we had our bassoonist was still an original member then. She was within the group for about 45 years. Jane, 40 years, Jane, and then our clarinetist was already in 10 years when I joined. He was in about 35 years too. So I'm 36 years now.
36 years. Wow.
Yeah, it was interesting because in the space of a couple of weeks, I went from feeling like the third senior to suddenly I was the senior because Jane passed, and then 2 weeks later, we all get an email from Jerry that he was resigning, and I thought, oh my God, I'm here the longest. Wait a minute. It was really a strange feeling.
Yeah. So the quintet is in town. They played a concert last night with the Rocky River Chamber Music Society, and this afternoon they're presenting a masterclass at the Aurora School of Music. But without further ado, you guys want to play a little something? So this is the Little Fugue by Johann Sebastian Bach. Thank you all. The Dorian Wind Quintet with Johann Sebastian Bach's Little Fugue. Indeed, it was pretty little, only a few minutes. And we're about to hear more from them, a new piece by a living composer named Amanda Harberg. And before we get into that, I wanted to hear about this exciting new commission that you got from Chamber Music America. Is this a piece that is being written as we speak? Benjamin?
Yes, it is actually. We are very fortunate to have received this commission from Chamber Music America to commission the great composer Billy Childs. He's a wonderful jazz and classical composer and wonderful pianist as well. And we applied for the grant, I think, back in the spring, and talked to Billy, and it went through, and we're very, very excited to see what he's going to compose for us. He actually wrote us a piece back in the 90s, a sextet for wind quintet and piano, which is a wonderful addition to the repertoire. So we're getting a full-blown quintet this time, no piano, just something for ourselves. So it's going to be really, really exciting, I think.
Awesome. Has Billy given you any hint of what's to come yet?
None at all. It's going to be a very big surprise, I think. Well, he mentioned that he might. Well, what did he say? Was it
the theme? Just the theme of it is to do with the environment, actually, about nature and the environment. So we don't know musically what he's going to do, except that he has a jazz background. And so that tends to be in his musical writing style. But it's going to be about the environment and loving our earth and caring for it.
Sounds great. So Amanda Harberg, who this piece that we're about to hear, was this a commission for you all as well?
It was.
Okay.
Gretchen.
And Gretchen will tell us about that?
So this piece was born in a bar.
Really?
Ben had a significant birthday party, and my husband and myself and Amanda and others were in attendance. And my husband, who is not a musician, but a music lover and a lover of musicians, talked to Amanda, and he said, well, we can commission you to write a piece for the group. And so this piece was a result of that conversation and several other conversations in between.
That's great. Great music being made in a bar. Happens all the time.
Similar to the case of Billy, we had no idea what the piece would be like until we got it at the first rehearsal, basically. Yeah. Okay. We think it's a wonderful addition to the quintet repertoire, and we feel it will become a standard quintet repertoire piece.
Great.
Very excited about it. Yeah.
All right. So here's the the second movement from the Suite for Wind Quintet by Amanda Harberg called Furlana. Thanks, guys. The Dorian Wind Quintet on Facebook Live here at WCLV in the KeyBank studio at the Idea Center at Playhouse Square. That was a movement from the Suite for Wind Quintet by Amanda Harberg. Thank you all so much for being here. It's been great having you, and thank you for sharing your talents. And the Dorian Quintet is playing a masterclass this afternoon from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Aurora School of Music. It is open to the public. I'm Angela Mitchell. Thanks for watching Facebook Live for WCLV.